Hey, this is Sebastian for the Metal Gods Meltdown, and tonight I'm joined by
Dimitris Kodras from Valiant Sentinel.
It's great to be chatting to you this evening. If I was totally new to Valiant Sentinel, how would you describe the band's music to me?
Well, the band's music is mostly power metal, but it does have some epic elements to it. For certain. And I think that there are some songs that also could be characterized as a more straightforward heavy metal. But yeah, if you ask me, and I have to choose only one genre, I would say Valiant Sentinel is power metal.
Brilliant. So you released your debut album. How pleased are you with the responses so far?
Well, this is the beginning of my career. So, and this is the first album, like you said. So I didn't have much or too high expectations, but to be honest, I was not disappointed. There were people that actually reached out to me, and they said that they really liked the music and they wanted to buy the record, and that was, of course, a huge honor. There were not too many. Since I'm a beginner, I'm now at the very early stages of my career. But okay, I think that for starters, it was a good. Yeah, it was. The response was rather good, and mostly the reviews were positive.
Cool. And of course, Fabio Leone of Angra and Rhapsody of Fire features on Forlorn. Are there hopes he will feature on future releases?
You mean Fabio Leone, if he's going to be in future releases?
Yeah.
I don't know. There are no plans at the moment, but the next studio album, the second Valiant Sentinel studio album, is going to feature Frederick Emke, the drummer of Blind Guardian. And of course, there are going to be some more surprises with other beloved and famous metal musicians that I cannot announce right now. But yeah, when I'm ready to announce them, I think that you will be pleased with what you're going to hear with the news,
Right. So, can you tell us your plans for the year, and when would he be releasing the next album? Then is that going to be this year?
The plan is to release it during this year, at the end of this year, and I really hope that we will all be able to stick to that plan, to that initial plan, and there is going to be. And at the moment, there are, recordings and re-recordings and people sending files of audio files of their the instruments or their voices and stuff. It's a procedure that takes time, but I really hope that there is going to be a release at the end of this year.
Cool. So, are there plans to take Valiant Sentinel on the road, touring?
Right now, we're not touring, but there are plans for a live band, to form a live band for live shows in the near future. That means you will not have to wait for a long time until we actually announce that, and the lineup, of course, of the live band. And yeah, when that happens and we will be ready, there will be touring, there will be gigs, everything that you expect from a full band.
Brilliant. Okay. So when you do hit the road, do you plan to have live streams at some of your shows?
Yeah, we will be hitting the road hopefully by springtime, and we will also play some shows during summer. That's the plan right now, and we hope that we're going to. And there are actually some plans for some festivals abroad outside of Greece that we really hope we will be able to attend and perform there. And it's going to be a huge honor, of course, for us to play not only in Greece but outside of Greece as well to other audiences around the world. And I really can't wait for it.
Sounds amazing. So who would be your ultimate band to go on a tour with?
It would be either Blind Guardian, which is of course a huge influence on us, or Judas Priest will also be a cool band. Another influence of Valiant Sentinel, despite playing power metal. I think that Judas Priest and Iron Maiden and all the great bands of the past are an influence for every band, every new band. So yeah, Judas Priest or Blind Guardian would be the ideal bands to tour with.
Real. Okay, that's the next one. And if there was a heavy metal song written about yourself, what would it be called?
That's a good question, an interesting one. I have to think about that. It would be called. Oh, you mean power metal? Because I have to give it a power metal style title. If
yeah,
heavy hitter.
Brilliant. Okay, so can you remember the first time you ever stood on a stage in front of people and how it felt?
Yeah, actually I do. It was in 2011, and it wasn't even with a band. I was by myself in an acoustic show where I played solo with singing and while playing with an acoustic guitar to accompany my singing. And it was a very cool experience, and the people liked it. They had fun. So yeah, I have fond memories about it. When I when I think about the past, it was a unique experience for me as well.
Right. So can you tell us the most memorable concert you've ever been to, other than your own?
I have to say, Judas Priest in 2004 in their show in Athens, Greece, during Rock Wave Festival, when they were just reunited with Rob Halford after, I don't know, 15 years or something. And I had a blast there. I wouldn't change that experience for anything in my life. And this is definitely one of the most nostalgic moments that I think of when I am looking back at the live gigs I've attended through the years. And if I can add a second one that had a huge impact on me, it was the Big Four: Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax, also in Greece in 2010, which was a concert that every metalhead should watch, if you ask me.
Okay, great answers. So can you tell us why we should check out and listen to Valiant Sentinel?
Well, if you're looking for, as long as the debut album, if we were talking about the debut album, because the second album is going to be a bit different, not too different, but a bit different. If we're talking about the debut album, I think that if you're looking for heavy power metal songs that are not too complicated, straightforward, with massive sounding chorus, with melodic riffs and leads, and with shredding solos, I think that's a band for you. It's a band that has everything someone who listens to straightforward heavy metal or power metal needs to listen to in order to like that music. And one more reason is because all these songs were written because with a lot of love. I mean, I really love these songs, not because they are mine, but they truly depict what I really wanted to sound like and what I wanted to compose at the moment that I composed them. So yeah, it is music from the heart, and that is why I think that even people that are not into power metal will connect with.
Brilliant. Okay, so it's 5 questions now. So the first one is favorite band.
What is my favorite band? My favorite band of all time, I have to say Metallica, because James Hetfield is the reason why I picked up a guitar in the first place. They had a huge impact on me since the first metal album that I actually purchased and listened at my home was a Metallica album. So, that was the beginning of being a metalhead for me, which of course is a huge deal for everyone.
Okay. Favorite food?
I have to say pizza. Yeah, pizza is an all-time classic that a lot of people like, and I think that whenever, no matter how many times I have pizza in during a week, I'm never tired of it. So yeah, I think that I'll go with pizza.
Okay. Favorite drink?
Favorite drink? I really enjoy drinking Coca-Cola, a Coke, and that's an all-time classic as well that a lot of people prefer. But I have to say that during the recent years, I've a bit of fell in love with Mountain Dew as well. I don't know if people like or drink much of Mountain Dew in England, but here in Greece it's very popular.
Cool. Favorite album?
That has to be Defenders of the Faith by Judas Priest, because that's the definition of heavy metal for me. Whenever I think of heavy metal as a genre, as what really is heavy metal, if someone asks me a question about what heavy metal is, what do I have to listen to in order to know what metal is like, I will definitely recommend Defenders of the Faith, because it is not only as long as I'm concerned, the epitome, the highest point of 80s metal, but the compositions are also so memorable, and there is not a single filler song in there. So yeah, for me, that is the perfect metal album.
Okay, and final one is your biggest inspiration.
Who is my biggest inspiration?
Yeah.
My biggest inspiration, that will be a difficult answer, because I have to mention a few. So I know that people mention at this type of questions. I know that people mention musicians, but I really have to mention the live action Lord of the Rings trilogy, because after watching that, I composed my first song ever. This is that made me a musician. Later on, and I only picked guitar later on because of my love for James Hetfield and his playing. So yeah, watching Lord of the Rings and being exposed to the majesty of epic fantasy really had a huge impact on me. Rhapsody of Fire, who were at the time known only as Rhapsody, also had a huge impact for me because I could be lost in these magical worlds that they were talking about in the lyrics. But and at the same time, while I'm a huge epic metal fan or power metal fan, I also have to mention Metallica for being my number one influence ever, since that was the first actual metal band that I listened to.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time this evening. Do you have any final words for your fans, our viewers and listeners?
Thank you for having me, and I really hope that people will enjoy the Valiant Sentinel album as much as I enjoyed composing it, because having fun is the most important thing after all. Thank you very much.
The soul's a race, an evil master's grave, but